Welcome to 3D Learning. Today we want to talk about the title Gold, Rushing for Gold, Video 6. This is a flipped learning project, and students will systematically look at the videos and do different things every week or before every class. We want to prepare a debate and arguments for how can we balance the responsibility of desire with reasonable decisions and prices. In this first graphic, we will make statements about the main topic that they chose earlier. A sample is in the book. So the graphic is already there. The first line is there, and the rest is made generic so that students can fill in the blanks. Make sure that there is one graphic statement for each person in the team. Every team person needs to have a statement. This means that each person has to develop their argument down, linear down, and understand the opposition that might come and the arguments presented by the opposition. This is important because though you are a team, and that's important, everything has to be coordinated. And the debate will be individual arguments. You are going to make one argument, one shot. Later we will write it out so you can read it. And then you will also create an opposing argument. And you have to be ready for that. So, though you are an individual, it has to be coordinated with information from your other team persons, other teammates, because you want to build your argument with, this is my argument, and my partner, and my teammate, and my teammate, and my teammate, so that you're building this larger argument with many pieces, making it hard for the opposition to challenge your idea. Information is always changeable. Until you present, it is changeable. So sometimes what you write today, you might change tomorrow. But write it today so you can change it tomorrow. If you're not writing, then it's hard to remember exactly what you want and it becomes confusing. So write it down, change it as you write it. Everything is changeable. Don't get stressed. In discussion is about questions and answers. Debate is about facts and statements. So the question is taking higher risk a phenomenon or becoming a problem in today's society? I think taking risks and gambling are becoming a problem or are a problem. So maybe it is a problem today, or it's becoming a problem. Because, and finish it. And remember the 1 plus 3 idea? That's what you want here. You're making this answer, and you have 1 plus 3. Okay? 1 plus 3. If you are going to follow this through, you are going to make 2 ideas about another statement and ask your teammate to respond. You want to start thinking this back and forth, okay? The other person is going to oppose me, and I have to be ready to oppose him. So that's how you want to structure the way you're thinking and you're writing. Okay? Risk is one of the ideas and is general enough for discussion. Risk is big. Everything we do has risk. You turn on the fan or your air conditioning and it blows up in your face, that's a risk. You drive to work, you're in an accident. You go to a nice restaurant, you get sick. There's always a risk. But you want to take that risk and you want to focus it down into your argument. So how do we do that? That's what we want to do through these next steps. Okay? So you want to look at the topic, the main key idea, You want to look at all the rest and bring it down into your argument. So risk is a big word, almost too big. So you maybe want to add a little bit to risk. When developing an argument, ideas need to transcend time, as the idea may be the same but the object may have changed. Transcend time means that gold rush and risk, they are not just a one-time idea. It happened many years ago. You know, in the 1800s, like late 1800s, 100 years ago or more. And it's not only then. It happens today. And it happened before. Transcend time means it's like there's no time limit for this kind of idea. It's not just one shot. So, make the graphic. Put it on paper. Write it out on your piece of paper. 5 different blocks. 1 for each teammate. And fill the rest for the team. Remember, you can change what's in the book. That is just a sample. Each team should have a separate topic, and they have to be connected. In the first row, you find key talking points, and it depends on the core point. So the core point, as you see in the title, in the top, only 2 words, but it allows for expansion of the idea. So you have your key argument, your key statements. And then you build on that statement. You build all your arguments around that. It's a little bit difficult, but we're working on it. And this answers the question, why do we risk? Why do we risk going bankrupt? Why do we risk health? Why do we risk so many things? In the second row, the opposing team will state their point as against. They will oppose that argument. So what is a good argument in opposition to what you just said? You made this statement. The next person is going to disagree and write an opposing statement, and then you will disagree with their statement with your second statement. You're going to disagree with them because of this. You have to always have a reason, and then you're going to support that disagreement with 2 or 3 points that you have already researched. So putting it in the graphic makes it much easier than just talking about it. In the third row, we will do the same thing with the first team. So you make a similar graph, as I said, make a graph, the same thing on a different piece of paper. If everybody has a different piece of paper with 1 block, this is your argument, you can piece them together like 1, 2, 3. You can put that as 5 big sheets of paper. Okay, imagine this is 1 argument, and this is 2, and then 3 and 4, 1 for each team. Use lots of paper because you have to write a lot. You want to be precise, but you want to sometimes write and then change and write and change, so you have to make sure you can see everything. That's the first point to work with, is that first row. There should be at least 1 major point for each team, and writing out your discussion graph gives you a better view. You can see better your arguments and which fit and which are weak and which are strong, and it makes material efficient. What is material efficient? It means that you're going to research, you're going to look on the internet using keywords, your argument statement. Put your argument statement, cut and paste it into Google or Naver or whatever browser you want to search for, and find different websites, blogs, research papers that have been written about your statement. That keeps everything narrow, and then you look at the title and find which one gives me the arguments. Look for the arguments. Read for arguments. Don't read for vocabulary. Read for arguments. And when they say, oh, we propose this or this argument, great. And it's easy, just type search argument and you will find argument in your PDF paper or MS Word paper or whatever paper is uploaded. On a blog it's a little bit difficult, and on a web page, but you can do it. Narrow your search material so that you spend your time building your argument and not reading all other things, and then you run out of time. That's material efficient. So here's the graph that's in your book. Taking risk. Now, that's kind of a general idea. So taking advantage of people is okay. In a gold rush, taking advantage of people is what they did. The prices were exorbitant. Everything was absolutely terrible because demand in a hot sales environment allows it. So the argument is, this is basic economics. Demand makes the price go higher. That's easy. Basic economics. Number 2, happiness is defined as having more money or having the best of everything. Is that a true idea? Happiness is defined by making more money? Is that true? Well, I'm not sure if it's true. But maybe that's why we take risk. You're answering the question, why do we risk? Okay? Life without risk is no fun, and without risk, life has no purpose. Now, maybe that's true. But now you want to build your argument. You can change these. Change these 3. And then, in response, Team B will say, well, economics is great, but taking advantage of people is not okay. Demand doesn't mean you have to be irresponsible. Demand doesn't mean that you have to hurt people. Build that argument. Happiness is defined as having more money. Happiness is not, or happiness built on money is very short happiness. So you do, having the best of everything is desire, but does it really bring happiness? That's the challenge. Life without risk is no fun, and without risk, life has no purpose. Risk and purpose, how do they go together? Make your argument. And then, Team A will respond to that idea. It takes a little bit of time, and if you do this, ABA, and if you can put a B underneath this one to finish it out as an ABAB, then that would be great. Bring this to class with your opposing arguments and your arguments you want to present. If you have 5, there's only 3 here, you need 2 more. And if you maybe want to change, so you have to think, get together as a team, and work out who's going to argue what, and what opposition can you discover that will match your argument. So you need 2 or 3, try to get 3 different points about that one. Taking advantage of people, and point number 2 is taking advantage of people, and 3, okay? You want to focus on that, and how will you support and with other arguments. It's a little bit of work. Together as a team, you can do it. Then you come together and you talk about it. Come together in class and talk about it. Present your ideas. Have the teacher challenge you. That's number 1. This week you have made a graphic to connect your arguments. You've added more information to communicate your arguments through rebuttals or opposing views. And you have begun to practice thinking for the debate. Do you feel ready? Probably not. But we have some videos left to go. Let's go to the next one and get more prepared for that debate.